Hello friends, today is Saturday, September 10th, 2016. It is the end of the second week of the third semester, and I'm doing great. Had a lot of free time lately, which is bizarre because I'm doing so much, but that's why we vlog, I guess. Today's topic will be note-taking, because I know that's important, and it's one of the more subjective topics. So I'll just go over some principles, I guess, and then you can go from there. My primary note-taking style, and this is for lectures, is Cornell, mainly because what I'll do is when the professor says something important that I think sounds important, or they say it's important, because if they say it's important, it's probably on the test. I usually will bullet that, and then I do little tiers of bullets, so like a bullet, then I'll indent and do like a minus sign, then I'll indent and do like a little arrow. And that's usually my style. I'll just repeat that pattern if thoughts seem to lump under each other. And I'll just do that during the lecture. If it sounds like they're moving on to another point or another main topic, I'll just skip 2 lines and start again. And I don't usually put headings and whatnot to those topics until I go back through. And I'll explain a little more about that. But in general, during the lectures, I'll just write the words as they say. If it sounds like a vocab word, I might put a little squiggly line under it. Might do quote marks just so I know like that word I need to know the meaning of. Or if there's something they say that's like oh, this is important, like I'll usually underline that. But for the most part, I just work on the pen. And again, that's me. Because what I'll do is if there's something coming up in the next lecture, and you'll find this out more with your professors if you read the syllabus and their style. Some of them will really build off the lectures almost like in a chronology. So if, for say the Wednesday lecture, something will be referenced from Monday, I would probably, like Wednesday morning or Tuesday night, I would go pull up Monday's notes and I would reread them. I would add to where I skipped 2 lines, I'd add above that the little heading of what that topic was. So I'll read it, then I'll decide from there, jog my memory, okay, this is what the main topic was, and then I'll do on the left side column, because Cornell style, I'll write a little note, like little questions to kind of guide my thought. So redirect it to main key points that I think should be remembered, because I tend to write a lot of what they say just because I figure better safe than sorry, but I know some people are a lot more concise with their notes and will only write what they find is important, and then they don't have to do that kind of curating thing that I do. At the end of that, instead of putting a little summary at the bottom, what I will do is I put a main topic at the top of the page, and I'll usually like do a little artsy thing because I like to doodle, and that serves as my overall summary. And I will take a clump of these lecture notes, so maybe like 10 different pages, I'll staple those together, and that serves as a unit or a chapter of a unit. Again, it depends on the course, it depends on your professor, it depends on your syllabi. So for a core humanities course, I would do these little staple packets. Every main reading we do, say Frankenstein, I did one of those little staple packets, and that's for just lecture. Then there's reading notes. And it depends on the course again. For me, my reading notes are very similarly, I might read a paragraph, then I'll bullet by paragraph and do the little sub-bullets if there are sub-ideas in the paragraph. But if it's a textbook that's already very orderly with headings, subheadings, sub-subheadings, that kind of thing, I'll usually do outline style notes where you have your A, your B, your Roman numerals. And that is, again, it's based more on the book, but the overall ideas are the same. And I don't tend to go back through with the little question parts in my reading notes, because in the readings, I will usually be asking myself those questions as I go, and I incorporate them into the main body. And typically, a reading is before the lecture, so if there is some idea that comes up that I wasn't sure of, it will be clarified in the lecture notes. And it's usually the lecture notes that I review for a final or an exam in general, because those exams are based on what's discussed in class generally. And what's discussed in class is usually based on the reading. So I might skim the reading notes, I might not. Beyond all that, I do a little highlighting, usually when it comes to vocab, and this is when we get the review sheets. If you saw my vlog way back in second semester for the midterms, what I did is I would highlight terms based on what was in the review packet. Not all professors do review packets, but they'll often tell you what are key points to keep in mind, and you go from there. But that's at least how to take notes during lectures. Again, it builds off of understanding your professors, so understand their style, understand what they're expecting of you, and you go from there. Good stuff. Good stuff. We'll see if I get more vlogs done third semester, but like I said, got all the stuff under the sun doing. It's good. Lots of service, lots of work. Good to have a job. Good to have 2 jobs, actually. Very thankful. And enjoy your year. Till then, DFTBA, and bye! Wah.